Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Je,
Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Good evening and welcome to Ndizi TV News at 9 p.m. on Wednesday, the 19th day of the month of November 2025. My name is Chemutai Kiroi and tonight my director is Lucas Ouma. But before we go into the bulletin, first let's look at the highlights whereby President William Ruto today reaffirmed his push for quality healthcare as he received new ambulances and supplies at State House in Nairobi, while Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi dismissed claims that Uganda seeks control of Kenya's Indian Ocean access. And in Kasipul, tensions are rising after aspirants Aroko and Boyd were fined for breaching campaign peace rules. The party is also battling internal rifts, with leader Lagreda MP Abdikadir Hussein warning that growing divisions threaten ODM's stability. And in Kisii County, MCA Christopher Osaga is under investigation for allegedly defrauding residents with false Canada travel promises. This and more on Ndizi TV News at 9 p.m. tonight with Chemutai Kirui. Welcome to our bulletin, and on our top story tonight, President William Ruto today reaffirmed his administration's commitment to ensuring quality health care for all Kenyans as he received a fresh fleet of ambulances and vital medical supplies at State House in Nairobi. The president said the Universal Health Coverage Program is gaining momentum, addressing long-standing challenges that have burdened hospitals across the country. Ruto also emphasized that access to healthcare is a fundamental right, not a privilege, and vowed that no Kenyan will be left behind due to economic, social, or cultural barriers. Our very own Nelfa Oro tells us more in her report.
President William Ruto has received ambulance and medical supplies at State House, Nairobi. He said that the universal health coverage is progressing, noting that health is a right for every Kenyan, regardless of the social, economic, or cultural background.
We will be having a conversation on the progress that has been made and feedback on what we can do better. And I am looking forward to that conversation with health providers, all the stakeholders, citizens, and partners like WHO and others. And to thank all the people of Kenya who have come through, every citizen who has taken time to register and to participate so that we can eventually deliver on this most critical element of health to all our people. Because Section 43 of the Constitution of Kenya mandates government, both at the national and the county, to deliver the highest quality of health to all citizens. It is not a privilege for those who can afford or who have jobs or who have means. It is a right for every citizen of the Republic of Kenya, irrespective of their social, economic, cultural, or any other consideration.
President Ruto added that the motivated health workforce is the foundation of the quality healthcare and long-standing challenges have been addressed.
A motivated health workforce is essential. We have resolved long-standing issues affecting healthcare workers, including settling the Kenya shillings 3.5 billion in arrears owed to doctors and improving terms for other cadres. Third, we are rolling out an integrated health management information system. Already, 1,378 facilities in 19 counties are online. with thousands more at various stages. As our digital superhighway is completed, Kenya will achieve data mobility, expand telemedicine, and improve efficiency across systems.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale said the ambulance and medical supplies will help save the lives of mother and children while ensuring quality services are available at Rival Hospital.
The vehicles, the ambulances, and the other items that you have flagged off that are going to our referral hospitals and our county hospitals are mainly geared towards reducing maternal and child mortality rate in our country. And Your Excellency, I want to commit to you, under your leadership and with the UHT program that we are implementing as a country, I want to commit to you and me and my team and our Council of Governors that will do whatever it takes that no mother or child dies. A mother walks to a facility not as a patient, but she walks to a facility to go and give us another living. So it is unconstitutional, it is immoral, but those of us you have entrusted the leadership with, we will not let down the people of Kenya, and we will not let you down.
Reporting for Ndizi TV Africa, I'm your own Oro Nelfa.
And now Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has moved to dispel growing speculation that Uganda is attempting to take over Kenya's Indian Ocean access. Addressing Parliament, Mudavadi explained that Kenyans bound by international and African Union obligations to facilitate free passage for landlocked countries. He reiterated that Kenya will not enter into any conflict with Uganda, insisting that providing safe transit for regional trade is essential for strengthening ports and boosting economic cooperation across East Africa.
That they'll be safe when they go to Uganda for the interparliamentary sports.
There is no evidence to the contrary. I think Carol is just engaged in comic relief.
Correct. And then I just want, on the issue of the Indian Ocean, I just want to say that there are conventions and international obligations which deal with landlocked countries.
And the African Union Constitutive Act.
And the African Union Constitutive Act is one of such instruments. So I want to assure you that we are not going to go to war, and we as a country have always, since time immemorial, provided safe passage and free passage for goods from landlocked countries. And we are not about to change that because it's our international obligation, but also it's how we grow the ports in our country. The second issue I just wanted to touch on is the issue around aviation travel in the country. The issue of transport and air, this is a private sector-driven sector, and the demand for services, especially if it is between Kenya, internally, internally, where you are moving from one port to the other, I think it's driven by the demand and commercial viability, and this is left for the private sector to determine. Now, in terms of the international connections with other countries, this also calls for further investment, and we are talking about how Kenya Airways can be supported further so that it can take up a bigger market share in the context of regional and international flights. And I know important decisions are about to be made on how the Kenya Airways can be supported, and I think the minister responsible for transport will soon be speaking to this particular issue. The help desk, Mr. Speaker, has been there now for quite some time, and it is serving a lot of Kenyans. I have personally visited the 24-hour emergency center of the state.
And now shifting to politics, tensions ahead of the Kasipul by-election have escalated after aspirants Aroko and Boyd were slapped with fines amounting to 1 million Kenya shillings for violating campaign peace regulations. The candidates were compelled to sign a peace charter to ensure calm in the run-up to the November 27th vote. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has warned that all contenders that it will not tolerate inflammatory politics or acts of intimidation, emphasizing the need for a peaceful electoral process.
I just want to state here that myself, I've been a peaceful man since I started this campaign in 2023. So I still keep it peaceful. I've signed this document bearing in mind that if I do anything that is opposite, the circumstances that will follow may not be favoring.
I want to urge my supporters, I want to urge all candidates in the Kasipul by-elections, all residents of Kasipul, let's maintain peace. Let's embrace each other. It's only 1 week to the by-election, so let's campaign peacefully, let's maintain peace. At the end of the day, we'll only have one member of parliament, and at the end of the day, the people of Kasipul will choose their member of parliament.
Mr. Philip Aroko, for the violation, is hereby condemned to pay a fine of Kenya shillings 1 million to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission within 48 hours of these orders. D, that Mr. Boyd Were Ngondo is condemned similarly for the violation to pay a fine of Kenya shillings 1 million to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission within 48 hours of these orders. E, a most stern warning be and is hereby issued to both candidates that should any violation of the Electoral Code be repeated by any of them, this committee will consider all penalties under the law, including, with emphasis, their disqualification.
And still on politics, ODM has rolled out the final phase of its campaigns in Kasipul constituency with a strong call for peace ahead of next week's by-election. Speaking at a rally in Kachien village, party chairperson Gladys Wanga condemned recent clashes and urged security agencies to intensify patrols. ODM candidate Boyd Were pledged a peaceful issues-driven campaign, while leaders appealed for restraint from supporters to ensure the polls proceed without disruptions.
Never again will our young people lose their lives because of politics. Haitafanyika tena kwa hii Kasipul ama hii Homa Bay ama region yetu yote. Na sisi kama wanachungwa tumekubaliana ya kwamba kampeni zetu kama vile unaona leo tutafanya kwa amani, kila mtu arudi nyumbani kwa amani, na sisi hatuzungumzii mtu mwingine yoyote.
I want to urge the people of Kasipul and all candidates in the Kasipul by-election, let's embrace each other. Let's campaign peacefully. At the end of the day, we only need one member of parliament.
We as the ODM, we want to hold peaceful meetings and we'll maintain that up to 27th of November.
Now, the Orange Democratic Movement is tonight confronting new tremors from within after Lagdera Member of Parliament Abdikadir Hussein issued a stern warning that internal divisions are threatening to tear the party apart. Speaking in Lagdera, Hussein faulted leaders engaging in public confrontations and inflammatory rhetoric, arguing that ODM has remained unstable since the death of its longtime leader Raila Odinga. He urged newly installed party leader Oburu Odinga to restore order and safeguard unity, even as debates rage on over whether ODM should continue to support President William Ruto's government.
ODM ni chama yangu. It's my party. Lakini what happened now with the party ni kitu ambayo furahi sana. Tangu baba alienda tulikuwa na shida mingi. Kuna wale wanaongea tu wanasema chama imekuwa auction. Kuna wale wanasema ambayo hizi mambo ya Brexit hatutaki. We are in Brexit to stay. Brexit tutakuwa hatutakaa. Nataka kuambia my party leader, the new party leader, Honorable Oburu Odinga, it's a moment for him to become a dictator, a political dictator. Ili chama iende pamoja vizuri. Ningependa kusema kwamba as all the members, we are there to stay in the Brexit government. We are there to do what is right for our party. What is
And now Kisii County is tonight at the center of a widening fraud investigation after intelligence officers arrested Nyamasibi Ward MCA Christopher Osaga. The county legislator is accused of collecting money from unsuspecting residents by promising to secure travel opportunities to Canada, opportunities prosecutors say never existed. Osaga appeared before the Kisii law courts where he denied allegations that he took 183,000 Kenya shillings from a mother hoping to change her child's future. The court freed him on 100 shillings Kenya bond, and the case heads back to court early next month.
I find nothing unique in this case except for the alleged many complaints whose complainants are not on record. I don't see a compelling reason tendered to deny the accused his right to bail bond. If at all there are numerous similar complainants, they ought to be investigated and charges preferred against the accused. As for this matter, based on the charges on record, the accused is granted a bond of 100,000 shillings with one surety or a cash bail of 20,000 shillings to the person.
It is now 20 minutes into the hour, and Ndizi TV News at 9 p.m. is taking a commercial break. Don't go anywhere, because when you come back we have more for you, including tensions that are mounting in Kenya's education and health sectors as Kisii JSS teachers backed by KUPPET threaten to a January strike over unpaid and unfulfilled permanent and pensionable terms, while 91 former Global Fund health workers have petitioned Parliament after going 16 months without pay. And meanwhile, the National Counter-Terrorism Center has warned Kenyans about radical religious sects spreading extremist ideologies, adding to national concerns. And a new Amnesty International report accuses the government of unlawful surveillance, online harassment, and excessive force during the 2024-2025 Gen Z protests. This and more on Ndizi TV Africa after the break.
Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Being healthy is a strive everybody longs for. Human beings will spend their time online searching remedies for conditions challenging them. Some will go to medical facilities seeking medical help, while others will use herbal means to keep their health hazards. I am Chimutai Kirui, and every week on Afya Yetu, we open the doors for life-changing conversations from wellness and nutrition, preventing diseases, managing chronic illnesses, and even mental health. We bring expert advice, real-life stories, and practical solutions that touch every part of your life. Join me, Chimutai Kirui, on Ndizi TV Africa Afya Yetu Health Show every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and be part of the change.
Naam, ni wakati wa kusikiza sauti inayobeba maono, busara na hali halisi ya kisiasa humu nchini. Karibu katika kipindi Sauti ya Uongozi. Hapa tutakuwa tunazungumza na viongozi kujieleza katika hali halisi ya yale ambayo waliahidi kuyafanya, na bila shaka kukupa wewe mtazamaji nafasi ya kuzungumza kama mwananchi wa kawaida kwa yale ambayo waliahidi kuyafanya katika maendeleo humu nchini.
But after making the payment, they delete it. Now, what kind of accounting is that? Because you are supposed to maintain the details of whoever you paid so that the figures can balance.
Watu ambao wanafanyiwa sio kwamba ni wale wananchi wote ambao wako pale wanafanyiwa ile funding. Ni makundi haswa. Na zile pesa kufika katika makundi ikamfikia mwananchi yule ambaye alikuwa anachangiwa akapata kiasi kidogo cha pesa. Ina maana kule kuzurula, ule msururu wa kuzunguka inakuwa ni kama ni null and void kwa mwananchi, anaiona kwamba analagaiwa.
If you graduated in 2016 and somebody graduated in 2020, the 2016 was to be given priority to get that job. But nowadays, members of parliament have taken over. They get the letters, they dish them in funerals, others they sell them to the highest bidder.
Kila wiki tutakuletea mahojiano ya kina na viongozi kutoka sekta mbalimbali na jamii kwa ujumla. Je, unajiuliza maswali ni kipi ambacho kinajiri nyuma ya pasia la uongozi? Basi hapa ndipo unapaswa kukaa mkao wa kutazama na kusikiza. Usikose Sauti ya Uongozi kila siku ya Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1 jioni hadi saa 3 jioni. Ndani ya Ndizi TV Africa, nami Jeff Nyakundi. Sauti ya Uongozi. Tunazungumza, tunajenga, tunabadilika.
Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Je, wewe ni mmiliki wa aina ya gari aina ya Alto, Probox, Harrier, V8 na Lexus? Jipatie brake pads kwa bei nafuu hivi sasa. Vilevile oil filters kwa gari aina ya Toyota na vilevile Subaru. Ili upokee popote ulipo, piga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606.
Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with Ndizi TV Africa. And now moving on with our bulletin, tensions is building within the education sector as junior secondary school teachers from Kisii County, backed by Kuppet leadership, have threatened to down their tools beginning January. The educators, who accuse the government of failing to honor promises on permanent and pensionable terms, say the upcoming grade 9 transition is now in jeopardy. During a heated address in Kisii Town, the teachers demanded transparency from Treasury CS John Mbadi over the delayed release of their funds, warning that the crisis could paralyze learning nationwide.
Tumehuzunishwa na yale ambayo yanaendelea kutoka kwa rais wetu. Kama unatusikiza penye uko, jua science moguls, we are not happy at all. Our contract inaisha 31st December. So coming date 5th January, if there is no confirmation, no class.
The president said that we want to be as the great nations of Singapore. It's only in Kenya whereby we expecting the great futures with only $17 to be given to teachers.
They were brought to fill the gap
because the STEM teachers for sciences were not employed in junior school. This is a group that if they not attend to their learners in class, there will be no learning in those institutions.
Tumewaambia kwamba hakuna kurudi shuleni hadi serikali imewaconfirm. Si vizuri tume ya kuajiri walimu iajiri walimu wa sayansi kama watu wa vibarua.
And now in the health sector, 91 workers previously contracted under the new, now defunct Global Fund program have petitioned the National Assembly seeking an urgent resolution to their employment crisis. Appearing before the Health Committee chaired by Dr. James Nyekal, the workers accused the Ministry of Health of abandoning promises to absorb them on permanent and pensionable terms. Many say they have gone for over 16 months without pay and were never officially devolved to counties despite supporting HIV and TB programs in more than 30 counties. Parliament is now demanding answers on their faith.
We have done more than 10 times and we are not getting any solution. So the only thing that we want from this government of ours, we only want two things, bare minimum. We are requesting that we get paid our 16 months salary with immediate effects because it is long overdue. Secondly, we are requesting and we are demanding to be given permanent and pensionable employment because we are Kenyans.
When the Global Fund was coming in, they actually took care of the transition of these officers, and they made sure they had an agreement with the government through the Ministry of Treasury and the Ministry of Health that after the exit of Global Fund, the government was supposed to absorb these health workers.
When they came in, TB was a major public health issue. This group of employees fought TB until now the numbers are down. Now that the numbers are down, the Ministry of Health have decided that they are useless. They are no longer useful.
As a committee, we'll take up this matter. I'll actually ask the Speaker that this comes to our committee. Then we will look at it, and when it's come to the budget, I would actually want it to.
And now the National Counter-Terrorism Center has issued a strong warning to Kenyans about the rise of religious sects promoting extremist ideologies. Speaking during a county engagement forum in Busia County, the NCTC's Joseph Kanyiri urged local administrators and national officials to join forces in protecting communities from indoctrinating and radical teachings. With the new national strategy for preventing violent extremism taking shape, authorities say civic education for religious leaders is now essential to stopping the recruitment of innocent citizens.
Ni vizuri wananchi waweze kujichagulia pakubwa kufanya kilicho sawa kidini. Isikuwe ni wale ambao ni wa kupotosha watu.
Vijana na bodaboda hawaja shawishika na itikadi kali kwenda katika makanisa ambayo yanahubiri maneno ambayo yako kinyume na katiba yetu.
Na tutazidi kupeana mafunzo katika awamu zote ambazo tunafanya vile vitengo na vikosi ambavyo tuko navyo kule mashinani.
Tumewekwa katika mstari wa mbele kama kwamba dini ya Uislamu ni dini yenye kufanya nini? Yenye kuchangia upotofu kama huo.
And now wrapping up, a new Amnesty International report is raising serious questions about the Kenyan government's handling of the 2024-2025 Gen Z protests. The human rights organization accuses authorities of using advanced technology ranging from unlawful surveillance to online harassments to silence dissenting voices. The report documents 128 killings, 83 enforced disappearances, and thousands of arbitrary arbitrary arrests linked to demonstrations against the finance bill. Telecom companies, including Safaricom, have been thrust into the spotlight over allegations of unauthorized data access, while social media platforms X is faulted for enabling targeted hate campaigns.
Smear campaigns became the core tools of the state to undermine the credibility and reach of government critics. Some of these tactics facilitated and were later used to justify arrests, enforced disappearances, and the killings of notable protest organizers. Amnesty International estimates that across both sets of protests, June 2024 and July 2025, excessive use of force by security agencies resulted in the deaths of at least 128 people, 3,000 arrests, and over 83 enforced disappearances.
Massive intrusions of surveillance have taken place over the last 1 year. And let's be clear, it's not just that people's rights to privacy has been undermined, but many of the cases we've discussed are related to serious crimes related to enforced disappearances, related to deaths and fatalities and disappearances. So I think it's important that the authorities interrogate the report, and the independent offices and constitutional commissions and Parliament essentially look at how do we strengthen the legal framework.
And now that report from Amnesty International brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. My name is Ndizi Kirui and my director has been Lucas Ouma. Continue watching Ndizi TV Africa for more updates and entertainment programs. And also remember to follow us in our social media handles as Ndizi TV Africa for these and more updates and also for entertainment programs. Until next time, have a good night and a blessed day ahead.